story. Talking about and getting tested for HIV and sexually transmitted infections is often an embarrassing subject. Now, knowing one's status takes a lot of courage, especially in a testing clinic. But did you know that you can actually get tested for an STI as well as HIV online? KTN's Dorcas Wangira has the details.
It is your health, it is under your care, it is you to decide how you want to be tested.
STIs, HIV. How do you even start the conversation? How do I know if I have an STI? Perhaps, or...
Look, sweetie, I might have niliteleza huko kidogo, yeah?
It is an odd subject with layers and layers of fear and discomfort.
Kama zamani walikuwa wanatengwa. Hiyo nilifanya wengine wagope kupimwa.
Wengi hawana mapato na wengi hawana elimu.
They fear to, maybe people will start thinking bad about them.
Privacy, ndio sababu ndio privacy. Watu wanatakanga tu kama ni mambo inamuhusu yeye. Hiyo mambo ikuwe tu within yeye, either ikienda mbali na bibi yake ama partner wake.
Dr. Ahmed Kalebi, the MD and pathologist in charge of Lancet, a group of laboratories in East Africa, tells us that most people are afraid of being judged and losing their confidentiality for medical records that require identification.
Because it's embarrassing and you don't want anyone to know what is going on.
There's a gentleman here who has refused to give us his ID number, who has refused and is giving us a name which clearly is not Malcolm X.
Magonjwa yanakuja kuwamaliza kama imefikia mwisho kabisa.
Iko na HIV nini kuongea kuhusu kwako ndio unaokopa hata jua na wewe sema you just persevere on your own, unavumilia tu wewe mwenyewe.
As a country, the war against HIV and AIDS is far from over. Testing remains crucial. To empower more people to know their status and take control of their healthcare, Lancet has partnered with Better to Know to give Kenyans an online, a digital platform that guarantees confidentiality and anonymity. The service, fast available in the UK, is also in South Africa and has a customized Better to Know Kenyan website. Based on a date you suspect that something out of the ordinary happened and known symptoms, you select your preferred test.
With the help of experts who are linked to the Better to Know platform. And once they have chosen the test they require, the whole process is done in a completely anonymous way, whereby the individual will be given a PIN code, and with that PIN code, there will be no need of the individual identifying himself to the entire system. Once the individual has paid for the test, the individual can then choose whether to come to the laboratory and have the samples collected in the laboratory but in a completely anonymous way, or for the laboratory people from Lancet to come to the individual's facility, whether it's at home or in the office, the lab. You don't have to go and see a doctor physically. All this is done online, completely electronic. The only thing is that at a particular point, somebody will have to get that sample from you. If it's urine and you submit it in a urine container, you can literally come and drop it in the lab, leave it there and walk away without talking to anybody. Yeah, there's a specimen drop-off point. If it is blood which needs to be collected, you can just come and say, please collect my blood, it's for PIN code number this, the person collects your blood, and that's it. You don't even need to discuss, I've been having this.
You also have the option of selecting the STI clinic nearest to you. Once your results are determined, it is your decision how you want to receive them, whether via phone, SMS, email, or personally. The third party, Better to Know, which gives back the results to the owner of the PIN, can also give the option of a healthcare specialist for further treatment, prescriptions, and counseling.
Test you or not, if you had the illness, you have it anyway. So if we test you, at least you are empowered. That's the whole point. You are empowered to make a decision and to do something about it.
Still in the rolling phase, it is hoped that more and more Kenyans will take full advantage. And contrary to many naysayers, this isn't meant to discourage VCT centers or visits to doctors. Dr. Kalebi says that knowing one's status is bound to increase further consultation.
100% anonymity and confidentiality is guaranteed with just the click of a button. But even with all that, the most important thing is that will, that decision to get tested. After all, it is better to know. Dorcas Wangira, KTN, Nairobi.